There's a new housing bill that recently cleared Congress, and you've probably seen it called the biggest housing legislation in decades. So if you're thinking about buying or selling here in South Central Wisconsin, you're probably wondering the same thing a lot of my clients are asking me right now. Okay, but what does this actually mean for me? Let me break it down for you in plain English. No spin, just what we know so far. I've been doing this for a while, and I'll be honest with you. Most of the time, what happens in Washington doesn't change all that much for the person sitting across from me trying to buy their first home or sell the house they raised their kids in. This one's a little different because it's big and it touches a lot of pieces at once. It's called the 21st Century Road to Housing Act, and it passed both the House and Senate with strong support from both parties. One thing that's actually kind of cool for us, this was something the National Association of Realtors pushed hard for. So it's a bill our own industry fought to get across the finish line. Now I want to be straight with you about where it stands. As of right now, it's passed Congress, but it hasn't been signed into law just yet. So a few things could still shift. I'm going to walk you through what's in it as it stands today and what I think it means for you. So what's actually in it? The simplest way to think about this bill is that it's mostly about one thing: building more homes. For years now, the real problem under high prices has been that we just don't have enough houses to go around. And our area knows that as well as anywhere. So a big chunk of this bill is about making it easier and faster to build. Cuts down some of the red tape and environmental review steps that slow new construction. It creates grants for towns that come up with pre-approved home designs so builders aren't starting from scratch every time. And it steers more federal dollars toward the communities that actually build more housing. None of that is flashy, but supply is the thing that's been missing, and most of this bill points right at it. Now here's the part that's gotten the most attention, and it's the one buyers ask me about most. The bill puts new limits on the big corporate investors, the giant firms that buy up hundreds of single-family homes to turn into rentals. If one of those companies already owns at least 350 houses, this bill says they can't keep buying more. But I want to be honest with you about what that does and doesn't mean. The idea is to stop families from getting outbid by a hedge fund waiving an all-cash offer, and in some parts of the country, that's a real problem. But nationally, those big investors are only about 3% of the single-family market. So for a market like South Central Wisconsin, I wouldn't expect this to suddenly change what you see when you're out shopping. It's a meaningful change, just not a magic wand. There are also a few pieces in here aimed right at making it a little easier to actually become a homeowner, and a couple of things worth knowing about. One, makes manufactured homes cheaper to build by removing an old requirement, and experts think that could knock somewhere in the range of $5,000 to $10,000 off of the cost. If you've ever considered that path, that matters. There's also a push to expand smaller mortgages, the under $100,000 loans that have gotten weirdly hard to get, even though some homes and buyers in and around our area can fall into that range. And for our veterans, and we've got a lot of them here, the bill adds clearer disclosures so VA loan benefits are easier to understand and compare. None of these grab headlines, but they're the kind of practical changes that can actually help a real buyer here in Wisconsin. So who actually benefits, and what should they take away from all of this? The honest answer is that this bill is built for the long game, not for next month. It's designed to help get more homes built over the coming years, and that's good news for pretty much everybody, because more supply is what eventually takes pressure off prices. But I want to be straight with you about what it won't do. It doesn't hand buyers a check. It doesn't lower your mortgage rate, and Congress doesn't actually control rates anyway. It also doesn't put up a single house by itself. Most of the real building decisions still happen at the local level, right here. So if you're a buyer, the takeaway is that this is a step toward more choices down the road. If you're a seller, none of this changes what your home is worth today. What moves your number is still what it's always been: your home, your timing, and our local South Central Wisconsin market. So here's what I'd leave you with. A big national headline is interesting, but it almost never changes what's happening on your street, in your price range, with your home. That's the part I actually help with. So if you've read about this bill and you're wondering what it means for your plans, whether you're buying, selling, or just trying to figure out if now's the time, reach out and let's talk through your specific situation. I'll always give you the straight version, same as I just did here. Give us a call at 608-345-6594 or send me an email at jdholt@kw.com.